the skill that I spent many hours learning, cultivating, and mastering. That's not it. The skill that I spent hours and hours and hours to master was not that one. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end... Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey. Oh, that's not how that works. I'm supposed to do it again. Yeah. Alright, and Kucha! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the skill that I had to learn to get where I needed to get. To get various dolls that you can only see on Make My Computer Cry graphics mode. And to beat par times. Get out of here. That's not how you do it. How was I ever expected to be able to get the par time on this map with a freaking finicky grenade jump like this? Oh, it was almost the perfect. And I timed it wrong, but it works anyway. Who cares? Get out of here. Get out of it. No one likes you. And I believe I can fly. Hello everyone, my name is Atratzu, and today I'm giving you my thoughts on Halo the Master Chief Collection, or the Master Chef Collection. Sometimes Chief is a hard word for me to read, alright? This game was developed by 343, or is it 343, Industries, it rhymes. And the date that I found was on 2019, but all of these this is a collection of all the different Halo games that were released at different times. The whole thing is priced at $39.99, your regional equivalent, and $9.99 per game individually if you choose to get them out of order. At the time of this particular recording, I've spent 150 hours, and I've been working on getting a bunch of the achievements for the game. The achievements count both for Steam and for the Xbox account that you have to link to be able to play it. So, really quickly, I just want to have a look at the Steam store page here. No one look at my wallet. So, the Steam store page, right here you have $39.99. We picked up this game, we being my brother and I, we picked up this game when it just had one game that was out, Halo Reach, and they progressively released all of these different, you could call them DLCs, but all the different games that were slowly released periodically. So this was actually one of the best games that we purchased because it's the entire dang collection, and we played through all of them. We played through Reach. If you wanted to get just one of these games instead of all of them, you could pick them up individually here, though I would say it's probably in your best interest to just grab the entire collection. It just seems like the purchase that makes the most sense. But there have been some people that have had questions about like, oh, how am I supposed to get this? And I would say just get the whole collection. Don't try to get them separately unless you really want it. You're just like, man, the only Halo that I liked was Combat Evolved Anniversary. Then I guess go ahead and add that one. But each one of these Halos would require its own review. And I just kind of wanted to talk about the Halo Master Chief Collection as a whole, look through each game, look what's available to it, and then just kind of let everyone go on their way. The reason being is that I spent a lot of time getting familiar with a lot of the Halo games, just kind of on a basic level of understanding, because I was trying to get a bunch of achievements, and so I was like, well, let's just, cap things off with a little bit of show and tell in case anyone else is considering getting the Halo Master Chief Collection so they can know what they're getting themselves into, which in the long run, it's definitely worth it. All right, so I wanted to start this off with an explanation on how you can manage your files, because installing all of the different Halo games on your computer takes up a lot of space. And I know that space is not really a big deal, but we're looking at a game, a huge installation. This is bigger than some of the MMORPGs that I've installed on my computer. And that's because I'm installing both the single player and the multiplayer for every Halo game. So it really just racks up after a lot of time. Now, if you want to manage that, you can go to your settings, and then you want to, actually there are two ways you can go about it. You can go to options and career, and you can go settings here, or you can go to your settings in the bottom right here. And then you go to change installed games, and that is located on gameplay. I had such a hard time finding it because I thought, oh, it's going to be underneath my files. Why wouldn't it be here? But no, these are all your custom maps and films and stuff made in Forge and all that stuff. No. What you have to do is you need to follow your settings. So the cogwheel is the way, and then gameplay, and then change installed games. As you can see here, I have the campaign and multiplayer installed for Halo CE, Halo Reach, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4. This is a bunch of installed files that I'm not really using. And eventually I intend to probably, if I could get all the achievements in the campaign, that would be great. I would just uninstall the campaigns, but it's probably the multiplayer that I want to uninstall, but that's probably also where a lot of my achievements are missing. So at this point, I honestly feel like I should just uninstall some of these or all of these and then just only work one Halo game at a time. But this is where you go to adjust what's installed. And again, mind you, these are some pretty big installations, but you can jump in between any of these games at will. Now, let's look quickly through the menu here. You have the campaigns. You can go through all the different Halo ones. You have cross-game playlists, and this is another reason why I need to have all of them installed, because I feel like I should probably work on some of these playlists before I start uninstalling games. But you have cross-game playlists that require having all of them installed, or you can just go to the game, quick start mission playlist. So yeah, you also have the multiplayer, and then you can decide on what kind of multiplayer games you want to play. If you want to play them on yourself, custom multiplayer, you can join games. If you were to look at that, you'd see my ranking is 0. Well, 1, because I don't play with other people, because I am garbage at multiplayer. I just get destroyed to the point that people should feel bad for me, honestly. Then you have create, which is something that I had to learn about the Forge system, which is basically a way that you can like kind of create your own maps and put your own obstacles. There's a lot of cool accessibility that the developers have provided for the players to be able to make their own maps. Though honestly, if you're going to go to this extreme, just learn 3D modeling, man. It's probably better to learn 3D modeling. Though this is the route that got me started in 3D modeling, with learning Source SDK and making my own maps in Team Fortress 2. So, you know, there's some good about that, but these are the games that support Forge, which again, just a little bit different. I don't even know what theater is. I didn't even play with that at all. Firefight for even more Halo-y goodness. Options and career. There are seasons. I don't know how long they're going to be going, or if they're just going to keep on going forever, but the seasons have been great because there are different rewards that you pick up, and there are customizations that you unlock. Cool stuff. Challenge Hub is what you have to check to see what you're trying to go for the season rewards. Customizations to adjust how your character looks, and this is across all the different games that I can choose how I want my character to look. In Halo 3 ODST, I'm Sergeant Johnson. Can I rotate him? I can't rotate him. But everywhere else, I prefer being elite, or if you can't tell, there's a very specific color that I might be prone to. You can customize that. You've got your player ID, which is also semi-customizable. This achievement that I got for the killing an enemy with a forklift, that was a fun achievement to have to figure out how to get. But it was really unique, and so I wanted that. And then you've got emblems, colors, all these customizations, just cool stuff. You have your career and your stats, and I'm confused as to why I have 93% instead of 100% because I've played through all of these, but I guess it's just because I'm missing more achievements, but again, there's a lot of all that. This is just navigating settings for the most part, familiar territory, but it's got a lot to it. There's also, of course, the message of the day. It's linked to Steam, but again, it's linked across Steam, so again, any achievement that you get on Steam, you also get in on the Xbox as well. Also, just to point out that there are 700 achievements in the game, and that only really matters to achievement hunters. A lot of people are like, why would you care about that? And I'm like, because I feel like I should have more than like 30 or 40% of the achievements in the game when I'm done with the game, but this is along the same realm as like Team Fortress 2 achievements, where it's just like tons and tons and tons of achievements to keep people busy for a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time to just keep on working on trying to kill one character in the perfect spot again and again and again, because I've got other games to play. Let's have a quick look at each one of the Halo games. And now for the mad dash. Come on. Come on, get out of the way. Come on. There's no way I'm going to get this guy. And you! Please. Please die. Please die. Please die. Please die. Oh, stupid elite. And that is why I'm never going to get all the achievements in this game, because I have to kill that elite for an achievement. And that's just one of the achievements. So this is Halo Reach. Halo Reach feels the most like a normal first-person shooter to me as possible, because you sprint with shift, whereas a lot of the other games don't let you sprint. There's a whole contingency of talking about each Halo game individually and what it can and can't do, and differences between them, and I can't really comment as to the difference of each one, because again, each Halo game really deserves its own in-depth critique for the most part. But again, it does kind of get a little bit confusing and jarring to jump from, yes, yes, no, turn me into sausages. It does get a little bit jarring jumping from one Halo game to another, because there are only a few where I got familiar with the standard first-person shooter loadout where I can shift to run. But Halo Reach had a lot of different mechanics to it. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. I just played through all of them, and I'm fine with it. Oh, that's right, I left this on Legendary difficulty. I'm gonna get messed up as soon as I see combat. Well, let's not jump into that then. Your standard controls for most Halo games, you switch between your guns by pressing 1. That switches between your primary and your secondary. Right click to zoom in, left click to shoot, and then, oh, okay. And then this is where I start getting in trouble with other first-person shooters. By default, Q is your melee button, and grenades is, I don't have any grenades, so I couldn't tell you what one my grenade button is right now. There it is. Grenades should be F. Oh, there we go. As you can see with the user interface at the top of the screen, you have that bar that is charging. That is showing you your shields. Underneath that bar is health. Not all the Halo games have health. Then also to the bottom left, you have your minimap, which is, or actually it's more like a radar than a minimap. And get out of here. I don't know that there's really much else that I could speak about, and I shouldn't be playing on difficulty when I'm trying to explain anything about a game, because this is going to be far too difficult. There are different utility items that you can pick up in Halo Reach. We currently have the sprinting one, but you pick up shielding, which is what we were seeing one of these guys over here doing at one point. You can pick up shielding. There it is. That's a shielding ability that they can use. And jetpacks, stuff like that. There was a lot of interesting utility, and it's been fun playing all the Halo games and seeing how they changed from time to time. Welcome to Halo. This time it's just Halo. So, all of my explanations are going to be given from the perspective of a keyboard and mouse, but you do have access to using a controller if you want to. But, yeah, this is just, get out of here. where I left off on my Halo game, and I think I was hunting Banshee down for an achievement, but I don't recall what else was going on about that. But I played through a lot of these Halo levels, especially this Halo level. I had to play through without using the Warthog once. That was a long day, I'll have you know. I had to play through without jumping. That was tough. I had to play through without dying. That was tougher than I was expecting it to be. The controls for this Halo version are pretty much the same. Ah, get out of here. Q to melee, F to grenade, right click to zoom, Z to zoom in again, or you could just use Z to zoom, or Z, I suppose. Left click fire, and if there are things to interact with, sometimes you use E. One of the cool things about playing Halo CE, I suppose is what it should be called, is that you can press the tab button to switch between the graphics at any point. So you can see what Halo 1 originally looked like. And this is what all of them looked like. This is what the people looked like. And then you press tab again. Oh, look at that. And some people will say that this version is the better way to play it. In some cases, it's the easier way to play it because your computer doesn't want to cry, especially on Halo 2. I could not play on the older graphics because it was too tough for my computer, especially switching between it. But in Halo 1, you cannot switch between the graphics during cutscenes, but I think it was Halo 2, you could actually switch the cutscenes over mid-cutscene, which was really fun to do. It's just a fun extra feature to do, and if you've got a really beefy computer that can do it, all the more power to you. As you can see, the pop-up in the bottom right, cannon fodder, that is one of the challenges that I'm apparently working towards. But no one's going to be complimenting my ability with Halo, especially considering I'm probably playing on an easy difficulty. Of course I am. No one's going to be impressed by that. And we're back for Halo 2 after my grenade jumping nonsense intro that we started with. One of the things that I liked doing with these Halo games is playing through with, oh, that's right, we're on the backwards one. No, that's not going to work. Oh, we're fine. We'll just wait on over here. Don't mind me. Forgot that that's what happens on the backwards part of it. So as you can see, the user interface on Halo to Halo game changes a little bit. In the bottom left, that's where you have your shield icon as well as your radar. It's not at the top of the screen like in Reach. You have, like, things are just configured a little bit different from Halo game to Halo game, which, again, makes it kind of jarring switching between them really quickly. One of the things that I liked doing was turning on the different skulls, but let me tell you that hunting down the skulls has been a whole different thing. I don't know if this is true or not since I never had an Xbox when I was younger, but apparently you had to get those skulls first. Maybe I shouldn't make a claim like that. You had to collect the skulls before you could unlock them. But that was eventually changed, and then they're just automatically unlocked here, which, thank goodness, because some of these skulls are incredibly hard to get. And I systematically went through the game trying to get as many skulls as possible. Some of the skulls in the later games were only available when you were playing on a hard enough difficulty. So that's why I'd gotten through the game without actually finding a lot of the skulls that I needed. Some of the other skulls were just blatantly impossible to find. For example, the stupid one in Halo 1 where you need to get a warthog. There was some glitching of getting a warthog into an area where the warthog really didn't fit, and you had to work with that, and it was, get out of here, really a hard achievement to go for, considering I didn't want to bother anyone else to get them to help me hopscotch my way to wherever I needed to get. Stupid bugs. Get out of here. Alright, well, enough of this nonsense. Let us switch over to another one. But again, controls again, simple F to throw a grenade, right click to zoom. They changed how some of the guns work from game to game as well, which further complicated matters, because I was like, why doesn't my pistol scope in some of these games? So it's just, you know, just the game's a little bit different from case to case. I forgot to show the difference of the graphics. So this is the old graphics because my computer can't handle it on newer graphics. Once I press tab, again, same button to switch to the higher resolution graphics. My computer cries for a little bit, and then, wow, this is truly a beautiful improvement. Those birds haven't really improved all that much, but hey, it's okay. But this would definitely be a spectacular way to play through Halo 2 if it didn't make my computer cry and the fans go absolutely crazy. In the end, I had to choose usability and accessibility over beautability. I got nothing. It's always a mystery where I'm going to end up when I'm going to load into these games, because I just left it wherever the last achievement that I worked on getting. And in this one, it was the nonsense about needing to count which rings you're supposed to jump through to get the skull. How people were ever expected to figure out how to get some of these secrets is beyond me. I don't know how anyone could figure it out, but they had to count, and yeah, they had to figure out which rings to go through, and I had to go to very specific parts of the game, and sometimes with the proper difficulty on in certain cases. But again, this was just skull hunting, but I played through the whole thing again trying to get par times. By the end of my achievement hunting, which I even got, I ended up with 482 out of 700 achievements, which is 69% achievements earned. Nice. And I still don't... Who put that landmine there? And I still don't have everything in this game. It's just there's an incredible amount of achievements and an incredible amount of content and an incredible amount of time that should be spent playing this game. And if for the people that all they wanted to do back in the day was to get an Xbox and get Halo and then play Halo for the rest of their lives, that is exactly what they got. And yeah, it was I see nothing wrong with that if that was what the project, if that's what the goal of somebody was. But I've got too many other games to play. Oh, that one was done. My favorite JPEG. I love this. Funny thing about Halo 3 is that you kind of got a bit of whiplash when you played Halo 3, especially if you got used to the bedazzling graphics on Halo 2. So you'd come to Halo 3 and it'd be like, why are the graphics bad again? If, again, you were playing Halo 2 on the enhanced or remastered graphics. But this is a good spot to leave this place because this is my least favorite level, and it's super gross. Ew. Yuck. It's like popping a pimple. Do not want. Let's see here. Grenades with F, melee with Q. I'm trying to remember, there was a flashlight somewhere around here too. Right, left. You get the idea. Nothing else to say about this. Halo 3 ODST. Such a journey this game was. This game was very different from the other Halo games, which those that are familiar with... Oh, okay, come on, bring my user interface back. Oh, that's right, I don't have the user interface back because I had to work on getting an achievement on Legendary with, like, all the skulls on, and so I had all the skulls on, so this is especially not helpful because it's not showing anything. Be right back. There was a lot of achievements that I worked on for this game. Alright, here we go. So, Halo 3 ODST was probably the most different out of all the different Halo games that I played through. Actually, well, first let's talk about some of the different stuff that goes on here. So again, you'll notice again at the top of the screen, that's where you have your health bar. There were no shields that were going on here, so it was all health based, which was just absolutely bizarre. There was also some kind of like map system that they had going on as well, and it was just bizarre with waypoints that you're supposed to head towards. Again, you can't press shift to run faster, press control to crouch. You can set whether or not you want those to toggle crouch or not, but there was a whole aspect of managing a map and figuring out where you were. Cartography is definitely not this game's strong suit. And look, the treacherous thing followed the icon. It's like, nope, not over here. You have to run over that way now. You have lots of different types of grenades, but that was pretty much standard by that point. Yay, health pack. Get used to those. Find those often, find them often, find them all the time. So the way that you would check your map is by pressing tab. Another frustrating thing is how this controls. You click and you pull to the right, and it moves to the right. You click and pull to the left. It never feels like this map moved correctly. Then you've got the key here. You've got the plaza, reserve area. It's all these different spots that are marked over here. Move in with the plus or minus. Why would you use the plus or minus? And the plus or minus is not even, you can't even use the stuff on the numpad. You have to use it on the top number keys for your keyboard. Or you could just, scroll in and out like a normal person. Could set waypoints, which sets waypoint to the center of your stinking screen. Again, not making much sense, not a fan. And then remove it. Can I at least remove it from elsewhere? Good, you can remove it from anywhere. And then escape to close it. You can press Q and E to go through all of these, which let me tell you, gathering all of these different audio transcripts was a nightmare because you have to get them all in one run. Except for the last one, which apparently breaks that rule. Ugh, it's frustrating. Again, this is just the laments of somebody who's going for achievements. This was the mission objective stuff, and this carried through for all of the different parts, but most of the rest of like the missions in Halo 3 ODST were more streamlined and you didn't need to just follow something specifically, but especially anything for this city overview thing, you have to hit tab and you had to look and be like, okay, can't go that way. There's something over there. Gotta go this way. We'll put that there. There's what a crap. What is the button that I do to press the waypoint? It is Z, but I can't Z there. There, Z there. And now we'll go there. Okay, you're gonna shoot at me. I'll shoot at you. This pistol zooms in, though, so that can't be all that bad, right? Get out of here. Happy birthday. Happy birthday! That is the, that skull always needs to be on the happy birthday grunt. But yeah, this was Halo 3 ODST. Which, again, this was probably my least favorite out of all the Halo games that were played. But, again, all of them were really fun to play cooperatively, which was very easy to do. Again, I just wish that you could have had more than just co-op on some of these. There's only a couple games that you were able to play with more than just two people. But just having an additional player with you was a pretty big advantage, actually. And lastly, we have Halo 4, the one with the prettiest graphics, probably, and that's appropriately so because this game is the newest one in the Halo games. This is the one where they gave me the sprint button again. Also, I needed to redo this area to view records, which was just, there's a lot of really nice background story stuff. I think that Halo 4 was pretty well put together. However, it's really hard to continue putting out new games with an old IP where you have to introduce something new to keep people interested and coming back. And that's challenging for game developers because while most of us would humor ourselves and like to say that we want to play just the same game over and over again. There needs to be some change and some variety from game to game. And it's really nice that you can see that as you play through. I press tab and it's just showing kill death stuff there. In this one, this felt the most, like, again, natural to me. It felt like, again, like a very familiar first-person shooter, especially considering that you can hold down shift to sprint, and it just feels like a very natural game because of that. Right click to zoom in, left click to shoot. You can use Z to zoom in, control to crouch, shift to run, tab to bring that up. We don't have any grenades. I cannot demonstrate what you can do to grenade. This one switched your melee to the V key. V as in vulture, which, boy, that was frustrating. E, and then, tap E a bunch of times. Or we can just, sit here awkwardly. Nope. Oh, nope. And then keep tapping it, because that's all we needed was to tap that a bunch of times. And then there were a few more of these. This just felt more like a story-driven first-person shooter for the most part, which, again, I like those, so there was no way I was complaining. I thought this was a nice touch that Master Chief looks in the direction that you need to press, so it always lets you know which way you're supposed to go as soon as you get to the top of a section that you're climbing. Just smart, small game design tweaks like that you could just... Maybe you would notice it, maybe you wouldn't notice it, but... Oh, melee kill! Brr, get out of here! Toss him over the edge.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
Any grenades? Excellent. Grenades. F for grenade. F for grenade. F for a grenade. F. No, out of grenades. Get out of here. Get out of here. Just melee them. Oh, but that's right. They ruined the grunts in this. Oops. They ruined the grunts in this game. And that reversal and changing of where things are located was just enough to mess me up. You do need the Q button differently for something in this as well, so that's why they rebound it. And if at any point you wanted to rebind it, you could easily go into your settings from any of the campaigns, and then you can configure your keyboard and mouse for each campaign that you want to. So that is an option as well. You can try to standardize it, but again, it's being used for something. So what is Q being used for right now? Use armor ability. So yeah, all of your different keys are currently being used for something. So that's why I don't like to rebind my keys very much, because once you start rebinding your keys, you have to rebind them all. So for me, I just go, well, maybe my small brain should figure out how to play with whatever I'm being given, and I'll just figure it out and deal with it. It's good that you can rebind it, and I will always prefer that in a game, but after playing the piano keyboard back in the day on World of Warcraft, I've sworn off that I'm gonna try to get that hardcore into a game ever again and get it where I need to learn crazy key bindings and switching WASD to D, F, G, R. So my F key was my back pedal instead, and my R key was my forward. So my R was my W. If you look on a keyboard, it makes sense. And I did that to centralize how I was holding my controls. And it ruined all games, consequently. I couldn't play Left 4 Dead 2. I had to rebind Left 4 Dead 2, and it was just a big old nightmare. Really not worth it. Had to rebind games for a long time until I finally got back to good old standard WASD. Because I don't think that people need to study playing video games and learning a whole new different way of movement when there's already a really well-established way of movement, which is WASD. But yeah, that's really it for the campaigns. Let's have a look at a little bit more, and then I think we'll wrap up here. So let's look over the multiplayer. Custom multiplayer, because I don't really do any multiplayer with anybody else. If you wanted to do a multiplayer game with somebody, you could actually invite them by going in here. You could invite them through Steam. You could invite them through the Xbox account setup that they have there. There are different ways that you can go about it. You can invite friends. So again, you can click up here at the top right next to your rank, and then you can click my game session, and then you can click invite friends, set it to friends only. Inviting friends is typically what we do, because a lot of us like to lurk in offline mode on Steam. So that would be what you'd have to do anything with that. But as soon as you have people in your party, then you can just set up multiplayer games in any of the available Halo games. Let's just no. Let's just do Halo Classic, because that is the kind of guy that I am. And where? Sure, this place. All right, cool. And do King of the Hill. That's one that I can do by myself. One of the really cool things about multiplayer is just how like customizable it is. I can see why people spend so much time playing Halo, because you can go into adjusting these customizations. You choose a customization here, and then you can go in here and you can make your own rules, your own adjustments. You can make infinite lives. You can increase health, shields, respawn time, odd man out, vehicle options, weapons options. There's just a crazy amount of it. And you can actually make your own custom rules, which then you can save and share. So there's an incredible amount that you can do with any of the Halo games. Pick your favorite, make your own custom rules, download other people's custom rules, custom play style. It's crazy and super fun. I don't know if I've actually been on this map. We'd have to fix that. However, you've got the good old-fashioned zoom and shoot pistol. Thank goodness. And then, of course, each map mode has different controls. King of the Hill, straightforward, get to the center and wait. You've got Capture the Flag, where you just capture flags. You've got different modes of playing Capture the Flag. You have different, like, you have Slayer, you have Team Slayer, you have team versions of these games. Again, there's a very obvious reason that people have played Halo games as long as they have, and that honestly people just don't really get tired of them because there's just that much here. If you wanted to just pick up one game and then play one game for the rest of your life only, typically my answer is going to be something more sandboxy like Minecraft or Terraria, but Halo is definitely that in first-person shooter terms. I can see somebody answering Halo, somebody answering Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike Source, or of course, you know, there's the console ones of like Modern Warfare and COD. I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur enough to care about which first-person shooter is different from which. Halo has always been the one that I've liked the most, but again, I'm garbage at multiplayer online. If this was multiplayer online, you would spend most of your time watching me being murdered. Next, let's have a look at Forged really quickly. And let's jump into... let's do Forged for Halo 4. Why not? And Forge, we'll do Exile, because I don't know what that map is. Forge mode. No customs. Jump in. Why can't I remember how to place things with Forge? Alright. Well, that's why. Stinking tilde key. Alright. So, since I happen to be an imbecile and I couldn't remember how to do anything in Forged, I had to look here to figure out what was going on. And there's a lot of icons here. I only did a basic understanding of Forged to be able to get some of the achievements that are related to Forge maps. But there's a lot of utility here that you can use. If you want to just fly around, you can press the tilde key and you fly. Now, if you don't remember what you're trying to do at any point, like I couldn't remember the tilde key, you can press escape, and then that gives you all the different key bindings that you're going to need. Let's place an object with 1, and we want, let's see here, we want a vehicle. We want, okay, so we chose a vehicle. Let's do Warthog. And place Warthog default. And now we've placed a Warthog default. And let's place another Warthog. Oh, nope, okay. Warthog default. And Warthog default. I want to keep placing Warthogs though, but they don't let you place more Warthogs. This is how they make sure that you don't crash the game or anything. Come on, I want to bring you up. I want to stack Warthogs. Please. Please. I'm missing a basic control. How do I fly up? Fly down, fly up is R. That's why, 'cause it's the R key. Why wouldn't it be? And we drop it. Nope. R, 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 like a pirate. R, R. Come on, drop it right there. And I must have pressed another button that causes me to go slow. R. And we will drop you right here with the right click. Whoops, with the left click. That's a pack of Warthogs right there. And apparently this is a pad. R. Let's bring you over here. Ooh, that doesn't fall. Okay. What happens if I go here and then press tilde? Capture base to use terminal. Whoosha. Alright, we'll bring this guy over here to our pack of Warthogs and drop it here. And, oh, we could add another Warthog to our category. Let's place another object. Let's go back. With escape and more vehicles. No. More vehicles. Place object. Let's place a scorpion. Yes. Yes. This is what I want in my day. Oh. Let's continue. Let's continue the madness. Go down with the madness. Another scorpion tank on top of this scorpion tank. That's how baby scorpion tanks are made. Let's do another one. Another one because I'm a madman. And let's just, oh, that one's upside down. We'll just put that one there. And then we'll just put that one there. His foot's pumping to the music. All right. Here we have what science has wrought. Flip 'em. Flip 'em. Flip 'em. Yes. Why am I red? Oh, that's right. I'm on a team. Nah. Nah. Scorpion. Holy vehicle carnage, Batman. It's not all despawned yet either. So actually I'd reached the... Ooh, that guy doesn't look like he's so good. Look at him dancing. I reached the maximum number of things that you can spawn into this area with this, you know, mild car pileup that we had going on over here. Come on. Come on. Flip. Flip. Oh! Quick, change the loadout. That was the problem. Nope, not fast enough. But yeah, the tools that are available to people within maps are very cool, and if at any point you want to save them, you just have to save as, and you want to save this as a new file, and name the file I think that's a fitting name. Once again, I think this name is fitting. And now, at any point, if I really want, I can load up that map and make my brothers play it. What a time. Firefight, of course. Of course, Firefight, like many other game modes, is a way to keep Halo interesting and fresh for people that are playing it. Firefight is you just survive against waves of enemies that are just splashing their way onto you, and you just fight and fight and fight. It is a fun mode to have in the game, but it is different than Spartan Ops, which, again, there's additional game modes for pretty much everything, because there always is. More cannon fodder. Not playing smart. I have to play on the hard difficulty, and sorry, that was not a good time to itch myself. Need to play on a hard difficulty to make myself pay for doing overconfident maneuvers like that I learn and utilize in sloppy play on easy difficulties. But yeah, this is Spartan Ops. Not Spartan Ops, excuse me. This is Firefight. You just have fun. Fight until you die for the most part. I'm gonna pay for this. Learn where the first aid kits are. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is. But I'm not here to demonstrate my ability with Firefight. Just wanted to give you a bit of a sample of an idea of what it is like. Oh! I deserved that. Let's pretend that never happened. Now then, in campaign on Halo 4, there's Spartan Ops, which again, that's how you get even more out of playing Halo. We haven't played through all of the Spartan Ops at this point, but again, there are plenty of them to keep you interested and to keep the game going. So after you're done playing through the campaigns, you can always get more out of the game by playing Spartan Ops. But yeah, this is Halo the Master Chief Collection. I hope this video was helpful to you. If there's any questions that anyone has, I'll do my best to answer them. Leave them as comments at the bottom of the video, and I will do what I can to help. No promises. If I start uninstalling parts of the game, I can't jump back into it and load it up and then give you a description. However, I think that most of the questions that people would have about the game are probably answered here. If you need something more specific, chances are you're going to need something a little bit more specialized, whether it be technical difficulties, why something isn't loading, where something's located, where your file cache might be. Like, there's any number of questions that somebody can give, but I hope that I can help with that. Otherwise, thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Did you know grunting when you jump helps you jump farther? Scientifically proven fact. Referencing my case study, I was the one that was under study at that, and they judged that exclusively because grunting, when I jump in a video game, grunting in real life equates to actually grunting when you're in the video game. I hate you. I hate you so much. I regret you as a doll. I regret you so much. I regret you!